Our next guest, a very funny comedian you know from her work on Saturday Night Live, which airs this weekend live on NBC and Peacock, with host Josh O'Connor and musical guest Lily Allen. Please welcome to the show, Ashley Padilla, everyone. I'm very, I want to talk to you about this wonderful season you've had at SNL, but before I get to that, your first season, it was an incredibly strange time to start because it was also the 50th season of the show.
Yes.
Were you aware that this was maybe not a normal season?
I think that I knew that in my head, but being there, you're just trying to prove that you deserve to be there.
Yeah.
So you're trying to be funny, and they're like, yeah, you know, not right now, baby.
Right.
You don't need to do that right now. So you're just trying to, you know, you're like, why am I here and all these amazing people? But people did say, you know, this isn't normal.
Right. I mean, there were an incredible amount of cameos, people coming back. It was also an election year. There was a lot.
It was
a very hard time to break
I have
out.
This job.
Yeah.
No, I'm literally like, as you're saying it out loud, I'm like, no, this is surreal. That's insane.
I like this is the first time you've ever reflected on what's happening to you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask about the 50th because you know, a lot of cast members over the years were in that show.
Yeah.
Were you in the show?
I was, and people say I wasn't. They say, why weren't you in the show? But I was.
Okay.
And I would like to get
Because I was there, and if you had asked me, gun to my head, I would have said you weren't.
Because?
I didn't see you on screen.
Sure thing. Sure thing.
Okay, gotcha.
But I was on screen, and I want to prove that to everyone now.
Okay, gotcha. So where are you in this screen?
So I am right there. You'll see next to Molly Shannon. I'm right there.
Okay, gotcha.
Uh-huh.
And did anybody else notice that this was, you'd made it?
And I was the only cast member. Like, it was like one of those rehearsals where Molly Shannon, Marty Short's there. It was Domingo. It was just, there was a lot, Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, does anyone notice I'm not on camera at all?
Yeah.
So no one did.
Let me just say, I have incredible respect for your instinct not to call that out.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like, I think, by the way, somebody should have noticed, but it was not your place to be like, ahem.
Hello?
Hey, maybe move one of those Sabrina cameras over here. Last year, this was sort of, I don't know, for a lot of people, maybe the first time they watched you dominate Joanne here from Joanne Fabrics.
Joanne.
And this went very well. Were you able in the moment to know that it was going very well?
No.
Okay. I think that's true. I think it's really hard with those early ones.
It is hard, yeah, especially with your debut Weekend Update.
Yeah.
You want it to go so well, but this was such a fun one where it was a character, but it was also topical, so it was a perfect thing to do. It was Kira O'Sullivan, Asha Ward, August White. They brought this to me, and it's genius. They were so fun.
And then on Sunday, did it dawn on you that it had gone well?
I don't even know if even that. I think I get so hooked. I'm like, I messed up the first word. Watch it back, guys. I messed up the first word right out the gate.
It's good sometimes to get that stumble out of the way.
I got a stumble right at the first word, and right when I went back, they were like, that was great. And I was like, I messed up the first line. And they were like saying hello.
Haircut. This was a haircut was something you wrote.
Yes, this is from The Groundlings.
Yes, and this was a really funny sketch where you had a bad haircut, and I was aghast, Ashley, when I heard that this idea came to you due to personal experience.
This is a true story for me. This is a real story, but it was my fault. There's no Jean Vaughn, sorry, if you wanted to go to him. There's no real guy.
Okay.
But I buzzed my head by accident.
Now, how do you accident? So this, you're telling me, by the way, based on this photo, you don't look like you think it's an accident yet.
This is me pretending I like it. I'm going, I like it. Let's take a selfie. Why? No one wants that picture.
So what happened? You got sort of overconfident in your ability to like do this to your own head?
Zoe Kravitz had this like very chic. I wanted this. I wanted something tight and just like tight to my head. And I was like, well, surely you shave it.
Yeah.
And so I bought a buzzer on Amazon, and I didn't know, I'd never owned one in my life. I didn't know that there are levels that you...
Yeah. Guess who knew? Guess who knew? Everybody else.
Everyone knows it. You could have told me. I had no idea.
And like, did you like Did you own it ultimately?
Oh, I walked around and I was like, this was on purpose. I like it with some earrings. I looked insane.
I will say embarrassment is something you do very well to comedic effect.
Thank
You
you.
had a sketch when Sabrina was on the show. And you know, in 2025, I would tell you it's very hard to do a good farting sketch, and
Sure.
you nailed it.
Thank you.
Here's a photo of you. I'm not
you.
going to do the sound effect,
Thank
but I feel like the
you.
acting's so good you almost can hear it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in pain right
Yeah.
there. She really is.
I recommend anybody who hasn't seen it. It's a surprise. You get surprised at the office on your birthday, and that's what sort of releases
Yes.
like sort of anxious gas.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could call it anxious
Yeah.
gas. And then it's just a lot of, just so mad at my coworkers. Yeah, I love a good fart sketch.
Yeah.
I love someone who takes it so seriously. That's
Yes.
what I wanted, is someone who's like, this is not okay.
Can I also say that one of the things I loved about this fart sketch is everything that was not fart related, that your character then became very obsessed with finding out how much everybody else in the office got paid.
That's right.
And
That's
I
right.
really had this moment while I was watching it, I'm like, I can't believe this is also this.
Yes.
It was really nice writing. I really applaud
writing,
it.
that writing there with Allison Gates and Kent Sublet.
I mean, those are, two
Come
all-timers right
on.
there, yeah.
And Kent Sublet, he said something so funny. We were all like riffing, and he goes, well, I think I make more than you. And then he went, you do? Is that true? And I was like, we have to do that. Is that real? Someone's so mad.
Every way you reacted to that sketch made me believe you got paid the least.
The least.
Yeah.
I don't even know if she gets paid.
Yeah, I don't know if she gets paid either.
Yeah, yeah.
How did SNL come about for you? Like, how did they first lay eyes on you?
Naomi Odenkirk, my manager, I was about to quit. Okay, I was about to quit comedy. I was like, this isn't working out, and I'm not making any money.
Yeah.
And
Obviously, you had hair to fall back on.
oh yeah, I had a shaved head. I'm going, nothing's working. I'm not booking anything. And she was like, let's put together a show of your best stuff. So she did, and I did it with Alex Bonifer and Chris Kleckner, and we put together this show, and someone at SNL heard about it. They came and saw it, and then they asked me to showcase. They asked me to showcase again. And then they were like, we're flying you to New York City. I couldn't believe
Yeah.
I was getting flown to New York City. I
remember, yeah.
I was so happy.
I remember the email I saved was not that I got hired. It was that we're going to book you a flight. I was like, a flight?
I know!
Yeah.
I know! I printed out my itinerary. I still have it.
Yeah.
I have it printed.
I was also delighted to hear you had a similar experience with Lauren that I had, which is you went into a meeting and based on the meeting assumed that you had officially not been hired.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what did Lauren say to you?
I walked in and he said, do you have any questions for me? I said, are you nervous for the 50th? And I think he was just kind of like, yeah, until it's over with,
It would have been so funny if he was like, I'm so nervous.
Can you help me? Can you help me,
Thank God nobody
Ashley? I didn't know. What am I doing here? And he said, well, there's really no room for you in the cast.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, all right. And I was like, okay.
And then what happened? Like what?
I went across the street with some other people who tested, and I think we had a drink, and we were all just like, because I think he said the same thing to each of us.
Yeah.
And it was just very just like, what do we do now? What do we do? And then I got a call from a producer like 30 minutes later and said, you're on the cast. And I said, are you sure?
Yeah. It's the best thing in the world that he just does. I mean, he never wants anybody to I think he's so worried somebody's gonna hug him.
Or I wonder, come
know
here,
what I mean?
buddy, get in here.
Or by the way, he
Yeah.
likes, it's not that he's anti-hugs. I
Yeah.
just don't think he wants a hug from someone who's overexcited.
Well, I wondered if it was like a test. Like,
Yeah.
well, there's no room on the cast for you. If I was like, well, then I'm gonna beat your ass.
That did happen once.
And I
There was
didn't do
one.
that, so then I got the
Yeah,
job.
yeah, yeah.
Do you see how that worked?
Yeah, there were a couple people who got that close and then they beat his ass.
Almost beat.
Hey, congratulations on an awesome season. It's so awesome. Ashley Medea, everybody. SNL airs this weekend live on NBC and Peacock with host Josh O'Connor and musical guest Lily Allen. We'll be right back.